Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. The Undertaker retired? Like, really? Genuinely? I actually think he's gone for good this time. Team SmackDown likes kicking itself in the face. And don't fight Drew and Roman. You can both be my tribal chiefs. I'm Mr. Davis, asking you to please give us a subscribe, super kick that thumbs up button, and enable notifications to always on for daily WWE news and review videos, like my review of Survivor Series 2020 right now. In about 10 minutes. The Gobbledygooker won the 24/7 title from R-Truth on the pre-show in an angle that was so well done, both men were seen stopping chasing each other when they thought they were off camera twice. God damn it, the Gobbledygooker, you're exposing the business. There's no way I'll believe you're an actual real-life turkey now. Then came the depressing waste of talent Battle Royal. It was both pretty awesome in parts, with some hard-hitting spots from Ricochet versus the Hurt Business on the ring apron, and a fantastic sequence near the end of Dominic wrestling Chad Gable, like it was a modern-day reboot of Rey Mysterio versus Kurt Angle. But it was also profoundly depressing, seeing so much incredible talent like those already mentioned, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode, Buddy Murphy, and even Rey Mysterio himself, wasted in a meaningless Battle Royal on the pre-show. Mr. Money in the Bank Miz won it after Dominic thought he was already eliminated, not doing anything for anyone. The main card opened with the men's 5-on-5 elimination match that really established the tone for the whole show. Great wrestlers doing great wrestling and spots, just with mostly bad, ineffective booking. In the first installment of T-Shirt Wars, Team SmackDown's strategy involved working over Matt Riddle's bare feet, where Kevin Owens even headbutted Riddle's foot, or in other interpretations of that scene, Owens kicked himself in the face. Also wanting his own head kicked in, Seth Rollins then sacrificed himself on his knees to a Sheamus bro kick to be instantly eliminated. It was momentarily intriguing and is presumably a way to write Rollins off TV with Becky Lynch due to give birth next month. But why didn't he just take a count-out elimination? Or hit someone with a chair, or something else that doesn't involve getting your head kicked off your shoulders? This created a disadvantage that Team SmackDown never recovered from, with AJ Styles eliminating Kevin Owens, stagnant Baratheon Baron Corbin, that's definitely a joke I came up with all by myself, not that pretender El Fakador, was taken out by Riddle, Otis got eliminated by Braun Strowman following an excellent strength-based comeback, and Jay rallied against them all, but was amazingly caught by Keith Lee in a fireman's carry mid-air, who then threw him up from his shoulders into the Spirit Bomb, giving Raw the victory. Also, Keith finally debuted his new music, so that's actually a double win for him. The match had fun spots, but ultimately, Seth's elimination made no sense, and it led to the rest of his team losing in a very one-sided fashion. Thankfully, up next came my match of the night, that somehow hadn't happened yet: Street Profits versus The New Day. Big E came out with the New Day for their Gears of War themed entrance, because he can definitely have a mini reunion to sell a video game, but he's nowhere to be seen on Friday's SmackDown when his mates are getting beaten up. This wasn't just a really great athletic match, they also told the story that New Day is realizing some of their double team moves aren't as effective without Big E's power. Ford kicked out at 2 from the midnight hour, allowing the Profits to eventually hit a blockbuster to win. New Day put them over afterwards, and the match was so good, it made me want these two teams on the same brand. Thankfully, the New Day do still have Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander to face on Raw, who are at ringside next for their Hurt Business partner Bobby Lashley, taking on Sami Zayn, which was everything you'd expect it to be, just longer, with Sami trying to smart his way out of the match, wanting MVP to hit him for the DQ win. Lashley eventually made him tap. Following his Team SmackDown loss, Roman Reigns awesomely chewed out Jey Uso backstage, because Raw versus SmackDown wins and losses might not matter to WWE, but they damn sure matter to the Tribal Chief. Reigns explained Jey lost because his team didn't respect him, which means they don't respect Roman, which means they don't respect the family. Jey was sent home, which means, in typical pro wrestling fashion, he definitely 100% left the building. As they showed throughout the summer, Asuka and Sasha Banks have incredible chemistry in the ring, and they had yet another really decent match here. They were neck and neck for the majority, trading submissions in the ring and strikes outside it, but an exciting series of roll-ups and reversals fell in Sasha's favor at the end. It's still refreshing to see Banks actually win matches as a champion, but it's a shame shame it came at Asuka's expense, who's had nothing to do for months, and now she's lost again. 24/7 champion the Gobbledygooker got distracted by a pile of bird feed, and R-Truth ended up the 24/7 champion again. Lana was banished to the stairs for the entirety of the women's 5-on-5 elimination match, which was actually a genius strategy because it took advantage of WWE's terrible booking. Bayley was shockingly eliminated first, letting Team Raw gain momentum, which is to say, Nia Jax didn't sell for anyone, where it soon came down to Lana, Baszler and Nia against Bianca Belair. Belair got in some impressive strength spots, but fell unconscious into the ropes because of Shayna's Kirifuda clutch. But instead of Baszler letting go, dragging Bianca into the middle of the ring and pinning her, like she had done with Ruby Riott earlier, Shayna got DQ'd instead. It was flat booking, made even flatter by the next spot. Belair tipped Jax over the barricade, but only just not made it back into the ring in time. The match was won by Lana, who never tagged in, thanks to a double countout. So yet again, nobody looked good. Thankfully, the main event, if you don't count Undertaker's Christmas party, was Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns to find out who had the longest, wettest hair in all of WWE. It's Roman. He's got the longest, wettest hair. While this match didn't have to go 25 minutes, both men still told a dramatic story. Two champions just as strong as each other, simply battling to see who's best. Drew had a lot to prove after only just winning his title back. With Roman, he can't lose, otherwise his tribal chief power crumbles. Plus, Paul Heyman was at ringside, spamming the finisher button. Drew kicked out of 2 spears and reversed the third into a claymore, but it knocked out the ref with some friendly fire, letting Jay run down for a super kick and a Reigns low blow for good measure. Roman then won via the choke, really protecting McIntyre with all the interference and capping a neat story off for the night. Jay had proven himself to Roman yet again, and the two embraced at the top of the stage. But that wasn't the final part of the show, because somehow Big Show got to main event another major WWE pay-per-view in 2020. He was out there to celebrate The Undertaker's final farewell to WWE, along with Raw Underground Shane McMahon, JBL, Santa Claus, the latest member of Retribution, Jay Hard, Godfather without the prostitutes, Bone Street crew members, the Godwins, Savio Vega and Rikishi, along with Kevin Nash, Booker T, HBK, Ric Flair, Triple H and of course Kane. Each legend got their own entrance to then completely disappear after a WWE video package on the dead man's career, making that all rather a waste of time. Instead, they were replaced by a very emotional Mr. McMahon, who introduced the dead man for one last time. The Undertaker did an entrance longer than all the legends combined, as he should, and said the time has come to rest in peace, saluting an actually really classy AR projection of Paul Bearer, the ending to one of the greatest wrestling characters of all time. It's such a shame it wasn't in front of a live crowd. That was Survivor Series 2020 in about 10 minutes. What did you think of the show? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'll be replying to people from out of nowhere. And follow us on Twitter at WrestleTalk_TV to vote in our poll on a poll match, which has 56.6% of you rating the show good. Where Jobber JJ said everything was pointless except Lana winning and the Undertaker send-off. No scoreboard, it just shows it was all for nothing. It was sadly a throwaway show with nothing really mattering. I really enjoyed the New Day versus Street Profits, Banks versus Asuka and Roman versus Drew matches, but I found everything else very frustrating. And as momentous as The Undertaker finally saying farewell to WWE is, very few will remember the segment it actually happened in. This was probably the worst WWE show of the lockdown era. Survivor Series 2020 is poor. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a subscribe and enable notifications to always on for daily wrestling news, and find out Brian Zayn going in Raw and more's favourite Survivor Series moments from history by clicking the video on the right, and watch The Undertaker Explained in Laurie Blake's brand new video on Parts Unknown. I've been Mr. Davis, once again, your Jam That Champion. El Fakador will never take it away from me.